Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dewey Sports Season 2, Week 4, Saturday matchup between the 3rd seed RAWR and the 12th seed Hometown Heroes of ESG Genesis. Joining me on the cast tonight is none other than the writer for the Daily Duel himself.
It's your boy, Rengar. Who's hyped for this matchup? I know I am.
And I know that I am too.
Woo! Alright. After a slight delay, we're going to go ahead and be getting into it. The loss of the ban for ESG.
Mm-hmm.
And the Zoe ban. I actually was looking up at the OP.GGs earlier, and Nico Feather has actually played around 6 games this week alone on Zoe. So they definitely have done their research.
Definitely a case to do your research come into these games, and if you're ESG, you're sitting at 12th seed, you're sitting at 3 losses, you need to start to pick up wins. Even ties, I think, in their situation would be appreciated.
Definitely. A little bit of unlucky in some of their games, you could say, but if they want to start turning around the season, they have to do it now, in this game.
Absolutely, and I feel, RAWR, one of the really good teams in the league right now. However, they're also one of the teams that isn't excellent at closing out their games.
Yeah, very true. We can see that Camille ban there. I definitely respect that. I faced firsthand his Camille, and it is definitely something to be reckoned with. So, again, ESG doing their research too, making the most of the 2 bans that they had in their first rotation.
Absolutely. Gangplank coming in as the last ban away from the fridge himself. As we head over to that hover, what do you think of my big?
I think he might pick up Kled. I know he's been playing Kled a lot. Fridge has. That is if they decide to first pick it. I don't think they'll first pick Kled, but it's definitely something that's an option right now. Gonna go ahead and pick up the best jungler champion in the game right now, Sejuani.
Sejuani. This pick has been dominant all over the place in the LCS, in solo queue, and definitely in this league as well. Glacial Prison, such an effective ultimate, just locking down teams and keeping them in one place.
For sure. I mean, when 3 out of your 4 abilities are CC, and your passive is literally a free CC on melee champions, it's hard to contend with a champion like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to see ESG pick up an Ornn to complement this Sejuani and make that CC even longer now. I do feel it should be the next on the rotation.
Looks like a Fiora and Brand hover. Don't know if the Brand's locked in just yet, but the Fiora is a pretty aggressive pick. Definitely wanting to shut down Fridge early. And it's going to be the Zac, not the Brand. Unlucky.
I could still see the Brand being picked, though. It's been one of Kyoni-chan's favorite picks to go with throughout the season, and it has had its ups and downs and success, but it has still been one of Kyoni-chan's most consistent champions.
Do you think they're going to get anything like maybe the Azir to accompany that Zac pick?
Possibly. I'm split 50-50 on it right now. I think that there might be better mid lane picks like the Orianna potentially. Zac is a really good combo to run, and especially if the Neko Feather doesn't pick it up right here, I would definitely go with the Orianna if I'm Sale.
Yeah, I agree. The Shen locked in. That could either go top or support or even jungle, but I highly doubt it's going to be Sejuani top and Shen jungle. Ziggs hover.
Ziggs hover. I think that might be in a lock-in as well, and will be for Neko Feather.
Season 6 ADC, Ziggs, please! APC.
Please, no. But I do think that's going to be the Ziggs in the mid lane. Definitely a good pickup, a safe pickup as well, over Sale once blocked.
Wow. Really aggressive picks on RAWR's side. Feeling very confident. It is literally a hit or miss comp right now with the Fiora and the Talon pick. Kind of dangerous to Shen.
Absolutely, and what I want to see out of RAWR now, I know it's not one of Chijiru's picks-ups, but I do want to see a Sivir, and I don't know why teams don't utilize Sivir enough. It would work excellently with what exactly the Zac wants to do. It would give them the key element that they're lacking right now, which is safe and reliable wave clear, and it would give them some very good siege and disengage. So I do feel Sivir should be the pickup for RAWR as we get closer to entering the pick stage.
Yeah, you're right. And not many teams have picked it up. It's hard to understand why. Maybe because she's just not as strong as others late game. But definitely when you're trying to pick a safe ADC, she's right up there with the best of them.
And while we're with safe ADCs, that seems to be the bans for both teams, as neither team has yet to pick up their AD carry. So look in stock of who's up still. Tristana is up, Zai is up, Chijiru, definitely likes Zaya. I can say that much for sure, and it wouldn't be a poor pickup here either. We'll see what the last ban from ESG Genesis is.
It's good to see those Kog'Maw bans still coming through.
I'm not... it's going to be an AD carry. I don't know who. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an ADC. It's not. Okay. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he waited right down to the last minute. May have been a panic ban? That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why else they would do that. Unless maybe Coney-chan has been playing some Vel'Koz support recently in solo queue?
Maybe.
I think they would go more of a tank jungler, or tank support, because they already have the super aggressive top lane and mid lane. They're going to need some tanky players.
Alright, and there is Zaya for Chijiro. Safe to say that I called it, but the arguably stronger pickup of Tristana is being hovered right now for Pablo. I'd say lock the run right in.
They're really winding it down. Maybe a little bit nervous. Didn't go over the pick and bans well enough. Yep,
Will get locked in. Only pick left up is the support. Is most likely the support for Sivian in this bottom lane against Kyoni-chan. Bard. Whoa.
Wow. Fancy. I can't wait for him to mess up every ult and just have the rest of his team flame him. And I'm not flaming Sivian there, but I've never seen a Bard not mess up every single ult in one of my games.
I don't know. I think it's a good pickup so far. And while the Tempered Fate's a little bit of a wide radius, so if Talon's on top and you use it, maybe not the greatest situation to do, but I do think that the comp here for ESG Genesis is actually superior.
Yeah, I can see it. They have a lot of all-in. I would have still liked to tank support. I think they have enough damage with the Ziggs and the Tristana. They can really reach the backline with those two champions. I would have actually loved to see the Alistar go on the side of ESG. I think it was very smart, and it was the optimal pick for RAWR, but I think it would have been really rounded off ESG's comp really nicely to get the Alistar. Maybe not something he's comfortable on, though. That little tease brand hover, too, got me kind of triggered.
Let's keep talking about ESG so far. What do they have going for them, and what do they have not going for them?
I think they have the perfect front to back. The Shen Sejuani, I feel, is one of the strongest combinations in the game. And you could actually replace the Ziggs with the Xerath there as well, and you have pretty much the same thing that happened in the piping game, with the Xerath being able to reach the backline without ever being threatened because they have such a tanky front line. I think that's something that might be lacking on the side of RAWR, just because they have so much all-in, that if the Zac misplays anywhere or anything, it's literally all on Alistar's back to get Talon and Fiora out if they misplay as well. One misplay on the side of RAWR, and it could be over. So ESG do have a very good chance of taking off the first game.
Not only just the first game of the series, but their first game of this split. ESG Genesis looking desperately to pick up a first win here. Maybe even a 2-0 if they can make the distance.
I believe.
You believe? I'm going to step back a moment and say I think it's possible. And with this team comp, it's definitely looking more realistic than it was before, to say the very least. But I think, we've seen teams so far. They've have amazing comps on paper.
Yeah.
But that's on paper. The execution is a whole different thing. So do you think this is a great team comp on paper, but can ESG pull it off?
I don't know. I can very easily see the talent just popping off this game, especially facing a Ziggs. I say as soon as he hits 3, he could probably solo kill Ziggs. And if he gets support from the Zac, because Zac can gank at such weird angles, that this could be a very exciting match.
Definitely think it's going to be back and forth. Neither of these teams are going to give the other a second to breathe at all. We've seen how they play, and it's definitely, I think, going to be indicative in the match.
Who do you think? I honestly think RAWR is probably going to dominate the early game. Maybe with a few Bard roams, ESG can do it. But my heart is telling me ESG. but my mind is telling me RAWR. Who do you honestly hope wins, and who do you think will win the early game?
Wait, who do I honestly hope wins, or who do I honestly?
So first question:
Do you want the inside of my heart or my brain?
Inside of your heart.
Yo, baby, both of it goes over to RAWR. Actually, no, I can't say that. It's the reverse, because my heart's going over to RAWR, but I think my brain for this matchup is saying ESG. Like, I want RAWR to win. I think that they're really doing well in this, but I want to see this team continue to thrive in the early stages of the split. But I'm looking at the comp on paper from ESG, and I can't deny it looks a lot better.
If standings weren't there, I'd say this is ESG games to win. And I love RAWR, but I gotta cheer for my boy Fridge, who's basically Smeb. I think he can do it. I think they can do it with this game. But with the stats in the back of my mind, there's just so much pressure on them to not make it or to not pull off the comp. And the Bard pick was so risky. I honestly don't know how it's going to work.
Nor do I either, but we've been touching on ESG for a while. Let's head over to the RAWR side, on the red side itself. What are we thinking about their team comp? Because as you said, it's very all-in.
Like I said, I think if they play the early game right, the game's going to be over before 30 minutes. Depends on how good he is on Talon. I didn't see too many Talon games in his match history either, so I don't know how that's going to go, or if it's maybe something he's pocketing. I'm excited. I love watching Talons play, and I love watching Fiora's play. So I think they can pull off some really good ganks mid lane, because Fiora is so fast with her like 2-second Q that she can even look for some roams mid lane. And if they play it right, Zac, Talon, and Fiora can just repeat dive mid on the Ziggs, because he's such an immobile champion.
I mean, we'll see if the coordination is at that level for RAWR, but let's look at the lane phase quickly. Do we think much is going to happen in a Shen Fiora matchup?
Definitely not. Maybe if Fiora gets ahead, but otherwise no.
I think the most action-y lane I'm going to want to say is the bot lane. Mid lane definitely might have something for it, but if Negafeather is playing intelligently and respecting the fact that Talon can kill you and does a lot of damage in the early levels, especially at level 6, I do feel that it shouldn't be too much happening in the mid lane unless a gank comes in from Doki. So I do feel like the bot lane's going to be the one with the most action.
I'll agree with that. I didn't realize that Bard had switched out the Ignite for Exhaust, so that makes a lot more sense. I thought he was going to run with Ignite and just go for kills in lane, or even roam. So I'm interested to see if the Bard's actually going to roam, or if he's going to be staying down on the bot lane. So if they stay down on the bot lane, then it's definitely going to be 2v2 action non-stop with an Alistar and a Braum. Or not Braum, an Alistar and a Bard. But if he looks for roams, then it could be a very dead lane.
Definitely the case. We'll see which team is able to come out with the Game 1 victory here on the blue side. The 12th seed, Hometown Heroes, ESG Genesis versus the Riley 3rd seed RAWR. Put in the chat who you think will be able to come out with a Game 1 victory here as we hop onto the raft.
Lots of skins on both sides. That's what I like to see. Give Rito all the money.
Hand it over. Ching, ching, ching. Coming in for Rito Games. Another one. Ching, ching, ching. Might be going for these teams, but I can see me some assist bangs.
Whoa, dude. That might be racist. Calm down with your Chinese impersonation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know the drama. Be careful. People are labeling Ching Chong racist. Unlucky.
Hey!
We got a duo esports pause. The classics. Hit them with the pause.
Oh, that's baloney. I know this is a RAWR series, but it's supposed to be RAWR's job to pause. They have it on the checklist. And now ESG is doing it. Absolute madness here in the early game, ladies and gentlemen. And we, in the all-seeing eye of the casting desk, see exactly what's about to happen. Do we think it's going to work?
I hope so. If Xayah gets greedy and goes bot alone, which it looks like she's doing, I think that could be easily. But do you think they're going to stay there and wait for someone to check that bush, or do you think they're going to push?
They're going to push. They look like they're on the move here, and I don't think you're going to wait with 4 people. I mean, you can't wait with 4 people in a bush. It's not a bad strategy, but I don't think we're of any reason to check that bush. It's way too risky. Yeah. Just put a ward on the river of Chijiro and done. You're safe.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going ahead and doing the 5-point. If you're a little bit late there, so is Bard. I hope for the 5-man. I hope we get some early action. That'd be a great way to start it off.
Definitely, and now out of the pause, nice and quick. Early action might be on the cards here.
Yeah, you know they were watching the LCS because they saw Clutch Gaming get caught out with the same strat.
Absolutely. 5-man VSG. It's Chijiro might be the one in trouble here. But she is safe in the back. We'll be able to just walk out of that one.
You think stay, take the blue buff, or just get the vision and back off?
Neither here. They could take the blue buff. I think it would work, but Doki already on the move at the ESG Genesis blue buff, so I'd say take
How
it.
deep they are. That's impressive. Getting vision on both sides. Very well played. I'm not a fan of that ward there, though, in the blue buff. I think warding right below that bush is so much more effective. You get to see the entire pathing options. So even if they don't go to their Gromp or whatever, you can see if they go to their Wolves, then to a different lane.
I mean, I'm liking the ward out of Kyoni-chan. And that just sneak through everyone, get that in the right buff. That's a very good ward that's going to give RAWR a lot of information.
Taking advantage of the poke early in the mid lane. I appreciate it.
Oh, wait a second.
Shun!
Ooh, not able to take the blue buff for his team. Doki's going to walk straight out of that one scot-free. As some more pain gets piled down the mid lane.
Shen's missing a lot of XP pulling off that play there. Very risky. Already down 3 CS. Sejuani's actually staying to take the Gromp as well.
The Neko Feather doing a good job here so far. Sale might be in a bit of a risky situation in the early game.
Yep. Not expecting too much on the Sejuani. Just gonna clear. Take the Gromp, take the blue buff. It's good. That's Zach's gonna be hurting a little bit later if he full clears instead of ganking. Pretty much standing lanes, yeah. A lot of poking in the lane. Nico Feather's taking advantage of that early, which is good.
One thing that I find interesting about this matchup, other than the fact that Talon's getting pretty bruised around in the early game, is that there's only one stopwatch in the game. And for Dewey Esports records here, I'd say that that's pretty uncommon. There's like sometimes 8 stopwatches at the start of the game. Oh my, looking for the kill here, walks back into it. Oh, Sale jumps a little too far forward, and Neko Feather picks up first blood.
Ooh, some enemy pings going on in the mid lane. Team may already be on the verge of tilting. Let's hope not, but that was an awful lot of enemy missing pings.
Oh, let's see if RAWR can answer right back. It's Doki in the bottom line, looking to try and get a kill here, but it's just going to be the flash out of Sivian.
Yeah, better than nothing. Smart on Zach ganking. Probably could have done something a little bit better there if he would have landed the Q. Can't believe she got away when she was actually behind 2 players at one point.
Wait, whoa. Oh no. Going for round 2. Doki's charging Elastic Slingshot. This time, there is no flash as the stretching strike and the double pulverize coming through. Yeah. Looking good. Chijira to pick up a kill.
Ooh, Alistar needs to be careful here.
That could be dangerous.
How greedy is Pablo?
Pablo, not greedy enough. No one's dying today.
Small trade stop lane. That's what I like to see. The repeat gank. Saw what he did wrong. They didn't back off, and he repeated it and did it successfully this time.
Absolutely good stuff coming out of RAWR here. Responding strong in the early game, even though it looks like they were on the verge of semi-tilt. They are not at all as they stay proactive.
Yep, Zach looking mid lane, looking for the zigs. Yeah, could take the Raptors and even look for the jump over, depending on how, if he's maxing it, which he should be, his E, his elastic slingshot. Sej looking for a gank top lane.
Looking for a gank top lane. It will be Ignorant looking for the gank onto its Feel My Roar, but where's the lunge? It's all too easy, and the gank is escaped in the mid lane, though.
Damage.
It will be Sale going in for round 2 on this one. Where's the rake?
W!
Doesn't even need it. There it is. Sale gets the return kill.
I love it when they fight back like that. They didn't give up hope. He's confident.
They're fighting back again. I have to cut you off on that one, my friend, but it looks like it's going to be Pablo in trouble. Adios, mi amigo, as he gets taken out. A double kill for the Kyoni-chan out of all people.
Alistar MVP, calling it now. Played great up to this point. He's going to be the carry. This is the game that we were talking about. This is the high-fee matchup. Kind of sad that ESG's on the end of it, but it's great.
It's great, baby. ESG Genesis versus RAWR, only at Duo Esports, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know about that gank top lane, though, on the Sejuani. A little bit questionable, considering Fiora is literally one of the best champions to get out of a gank. She has her W that just lets her completely counteract the CC, and as well as they saw her coming a mile away. Great on Zach to keep the camp lane, the camp going on bot lane. because that's what they're getting their advantage on. A little bit late there to not get the double assist, but congrats to Chijiro and Koni-chan.
Chijiru, but yes. Looking good so far, to put it one way for sure. BF Sword acquired by Chijiru as well. Looks like things are looking better for RAWR, minute by minute.
Yeah, it's a 10 farm deficit in the bot lane already, on top of the 1 kill lead. Mid lane hit 6. Could look for some cheeky plays. Doesn't have Ignite up. You don't necessarily need that when you're playing Talon.
Koni-chan with double buffs has the Moby boots, but that's about to get cancelled in a second right now. Gets jumped on all on his own. Just the flash comes through. There's the headbutt away. Will he choose to go back in the border? No, he won't. His teammates are trying to save him.
And he gets away.
He will get away. That may not have been the greatest rocket jump. There's the stopwatch, the only one in the game so far.
The heal!
Coming on this one. There's the heal. Koni-chan will not be going down. At least not just yet. Now Sail from the back half picks up a kill with the rake, and it's only gonna be Sivian on his lonesome now. Sail may be looking for the triple kill. They're gonna run right into each other, jumping on top of them. They're gonna give it over. One more hit would do it. And Sail picks up the triple, 2-8, 7 minutes in for RAWR with an Ocean Dragon.
It's exactly what we called. They played the early game well. They own the game. They own the match. Zach being very proactive. But this Alistar, how gutsy was that for him to walk back in? But he pulled it off. This is some of the most impressive Alistar gameplay I've ever seen. Knew exactly to the T what he could do and what he couldn't do. With the outplay, with the Bard Portal, walking back, stealing the heals from him even with the Passion Fruit, and then going back in.
Looking very good in this matchup here. Good scores all around the board. 4-1-0. 2-0-4, 2-1-3, and a 0-0-3 Doki as well. Looks like RAWR is going to want to polish some of those stats as well, making it a 1-0-0 here. Pops the grand challenge.
Flash.
Chooses not to go underneath the turret, and that's just the flash away from the Shen.
Look at that Alistar, though. He's looking for a roam. Didn't quite get it. It takes a little bit of awareness there to notice that he wasn't bot lane.
Might just be looking mid lane if Neko Feather plays it a little too dangerous, which he is able to get away with the satchel charge. Still, have to be careful that Alistar can go that quick at this stage of the game.
Yep, just poking top lane. Huge farm deficit in the top lane.
Doki's looking for the answer on this one. They will get the flash, but Sail's going underneath the turret. Will get taken out for it. Can't parkour out of that one, as it's a 1-for-1 underneath the turret. Now the pulverize. Once again, Koni-chan in a little bit of trouble, but has Chijiru to back him up as the Chaos brews and then settles right afterwards once again.
Yeah, kind of bad for the Sejuani to take that, but can't really fault him when he thought that he was going to get away. Would have been much better on the Ziggs. Definitely needs it now that the lane is starting to snowball. Talon already has his Hexdrinker, so the poke in that lane's going to be a lot harder to stack up.
Wait, where'd Doki come from? Stretching strike onto 2 members, and a Let's Bounce won't be able to answer with it as this Stand United comes through, and a Feather Storm afterwards. Chijiru picking up a kill onto Sivian.
You type lag in the chat after a play like that. Walked up, even knowing there was 3 there. Maybe thought the Shadow would go in a little bit deeper, but went to clear the ward. Unlucky.
Unlucky, yeah.
Sejuani taking the Raptors. Could look for a play mid. Talon has a lot of escape, though. And I don't know if... Oh, Talon?
Oh, not if it's underneath the turret and Neko Feather starts pushing up a little bit. Glacial Prison is up, and nor is the Talon ultimate, but...
So much pressure all over the map. It's really impressive. Look how deep Fiora's going top lane, just to proxy the lane. May get caught out by Sejuani and Shen.
Little bit of an ambitious play, but currently Sejuani not exactly in the area. Can just blast Cone over the wall and get out.
Yeah, a little bit of bad map awareness by Sejuani there to not go up there and support the Shen. Zach looking for an invade, though. One of the most proactive Zach games we've seen in the league.
Blue buff action. A little tame right now, but it's about to blow up in a second. Doki's not having any more of this. The blue buff, it doesn't matter who it goes to because Ignorance going down on this one.
Just great team play. And it's that Fiora-Zach Talon combo. They can just invade, they can gank lanes. It's perfect. Playing like they've definitely practiced this team comp before.
Absolutely, and we questioned the validity of how this team comp would function in the early game, and RAWR definitely silencing us on this one.
Yeah, we thought Bard might be the one to roam, but it's actually been Alistar that's roamed mid lane a couple times. Bard's just left in the dust.
Absolutely. Currently sitting at a 3.5k gold deficit. Only 11 minutes in, and while 3.5k on its own may not sound like a lot, that's only 11 minutes into the game. That is absolutely massive at this stage.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Moby Boots completed for the first item for Alistar. I think that's a great call. Ooh, looks for a play mid. Ziggs doesn't even know.
Oh, all the damage you could even ask for. Wow. Bounced back and forth in this one. Sail picking up the 6th kill of the game.
That is the Zac play that I aspire to play like. Did you see how, even though he knew he was sidestepping it, he ulted anyway just to make sure that he had to run back into the Talon? That is just such great teamwork. That is so great to see in a Bronze, Silver, Gold league.
Really is. Some refreshing stuff come out of RAWR here as they are just looking better and better by the moment.
Yeah, I don't know why Bard's not walking up and trading with the Xayah when she's farming like that. Like, nowhere near. He can easily walk up and trade with her. Maybe not as comfortable on the Bard pick as some of his other carry-oriented supports. That's a good Q there, though. I'll start taking
not gonna have any of that.
He can just walk up, tank a tower shot, and still get away with a better trade.
That's Alistar for you. Really, really tanky.
Talent, clear, and vision. One thing I noticed is RAWR's vision hasn't been that great, but the few wards they have got have been in such good spots that they've been able to play as a team well enough to rotate and check. You hardly ever see every player in the same lane, because one of them is always roaming. Zac going for a long con here.
Going for the long con might just pay off to
the old AFK trick.
Old AFK track? I think it works excellently, actually.
But connected. Yeah, just trading, waiting. Zac finally winding it off. Let's go.
There it is. There's the slingshot once again out of Doki. The grand challenge gives him 1-2. It will be going over to Feel My Roar in a few seconds as we head in the bottom lane now. Looks like they're going to go straight for Pablo on this one. The damage to come through. There's the Ignite. There's the Featherstorm. Chijiro will be picking up the kill. And RAWR with 2 more kills on the board. But it might be 2 right back in favor of ESG on this one. There's the Pulverize. A 3rd kill to fight. I feel my RAWR comes flying down. And Doki comes out of nowhere once again. 4 kills for RAWR out of nowhere.
The team play is so good! Had 2 members top, got bought so fast it's ridiculous! What looked like a bad play initially by the Xayah turned out to be one of the greatest plays of the game!
Goodness gracious, I think this is the best I've ever seen RAWR play. Their team synergy is on point this game. They have more kills than there are minutes, and 2 dragons acquired 14 minutes in. This is incredible.
This looks like a totally different team than we've seen in the past weeks. Let's see if they can close it out, though, because we know they've had problems in the past closing out games. They had a massive margin in, but it'd be really hard to throw this lead.
It would
7K at 14 minutes.
Absolutely ridiculous, and looks like they might begin 2 more kills. Rocket jump, how much will it mean? Maybe enough in the end. Go in for this one in a 1v2 that he might not just win. Parkour
don't tell me he gets out.
The wall, not able to get the kill though.
No
and there's
way.
The stun lockup. Chijiro goes unstoppable. Soon afterwards, maybe looking for a double. It's not gonna matter. Sail somehow gets out of that.
Uh-oh. Shen looks to be in trouble here top lane, too. The grand challenge is issued.
Oh, slapping the pull stick all over him with this one. And there's nowhere for Fridge to go. The flash, no point in using it.
Oh, the alley chaos, so close. That's when you type in alley, all me and all chat. Beautiful, across the lane. I just don't think they know how to respond to this. They're working so well as a team that ESG can't do anything. They're not winning the solo lanes. They're not winning the team fights. They can't even walk into their own jungle without getting 3-man.
No, and RAWR are reading them like a book. They're 5 pages ahead on this one to say, the very least, and it looks like they might be looking for the Rift Herald next.
That is some proactive play by ESG, moving the ward line back rather than moving him up. That's a common misplay by teams, where even though they're getting wrecked in their own jungle, they keep pushing their ward line up when it's not necessary, and they actually did it in their own jungle. So already taking steps to even out the game, make sure they don't keep getting caught out in the jungle.
There's an ulti just for the blue buff, but that might cost them right afterwards. Stand United to come through, and a decent Tempered Fate to try and save ESG on this one. But there is nowhere to run here. Doki's popping the ulti, flying into the team. He's going to pick up a kill. Elastic Slingshot right afterwards onto Fridge. A few more kills to come through as it's a 4-for-0. Maybe looking for 5 with Kyoni-chan. Diving past the turret to try and get a kill on the AD carry, puts himself in a sticky situation doing so, but it is 4 kills for RAWR, 3-22.
Well, I guess control wards don't matter when you have a Zac and a Talon that can just jump over multiple walls. I don't think you can really get enough vision to counteract plays like that. Zac's got his E maxed out by this point, so he can jump over 2 walls, like at least, and Talon has the 1-second E on every wall. Unfortunate.
A 10,000 gold lead, not even 20 minutes in. A Rift Herald now for RAWR. They are in full control.
Whew. This could be a Dancing Rift Herald if played right.
Oh, I almost forgot about it. I don't know. Dancing Rift Herald? I mean, that would be excellent to see. I'm pretty sure you have to get that before the 20-minute marker, though. So...
It's possible. It's possible. The way they're racing them right now, anything's possible.
I think, yeah, maybe one push down the mid would be all it takes, although I don't think that'll happen, but anything's possible as we just saw.
I gotta admit, I went into this match hoping for ESG 2-0, but after watching this game, they have made a fan out of me, and I want this game to never end. It's such a good game. Such
a good game indeed. And it really looks like, I mean, Vision, critical to the match and all, but I don't think Vision matters if you're going to get, absolutely murdered.
Yeah, you can know where all 5 members are right now, and it still won't help you. Over a 10,000 gold league right now. Uh-oh.
Hex Flash is being blown. I think that was not Hex Flash. Alright.
Misclick?
Maybe a misclick coming in. It's going to be Chijiro might not be in trouble. Just kidding there. As the target gets under focus. Taken out on this one. The 5th one for RAWR here. As they're looking for more.
Oh, wow. Zac was the one that built the ZZ Rot. I haven't seen that in a hot minute. I like that, though. Usually, I always see the Warmogs rush second. And with his gold lead, I wonder if that's why he decided to do it. But I don't even see a single Warmogs item built, so... I wonder if he's got an alternate plan, but whatever it is, it's working.
Yeah, looks like it's working, but Tempered Fate, thanks buddy, that helped me out. So it looks like Sale's going to be able to get out with the assassination all too easily. A little bit of an initiation down the bottom lane. There's the Rift Herald, and there's Doki as well. Shelly's out on this one, 19 minutes in. Knocks on the top lane turret.
Dive.
A few more hits would do it.
Alistar just taunting him by walking in through every single part.
ESG are pretty mad right now, but so is Kyoni-chan. Will be meeting the second death of the game, but Chijira's firing off in the back line. Feathers left and right, and that is a dead Sejuani if I ever saw one. A double kill, looking for 3 on the cards here. It's not going to matter. You don't even have to chase the Shen. They're still going to do it anyways to pad up those KDAs and get themselves on a stat sheet. Chijiro going legendary.
Tell me, what's more important, Blaze? Inhib or 1 Shen?
1 Shen, man. Any day.
Every time. They still have the double ZZ Rot. Who else built the ZZ Rot? The support, maybe? No, I don't see it.
No, double ZZ Rot.
Yeah, there's 2 down there. Oh, it comes with 2 stacks, though. My bad.
Alright, Doki's going in for another one here. Looking to get a kill on towards Sivian.
No,
this might have backfired against RAWR here as Shajira gets taken low and taken out. ESG to finally pick up some kills 20 minutes into the matchup. They're not going to go any longer for Doki, though.
Stayed a little too long. It might get mid off of it. Nah, probably not. Oh, missed taunt.
Fancy footwork out of Feel My Roar keeps him safe from the taunt underneath the turret in the mid lane.
Do you keep pressuring or do you go for Baron here?
I think you keep pressuring. Baron's definitely the safer call, but RAWR are looking to have the pressure non-stop whatsoever. That level 10 Sejuani to the level 10 Alistar may only mean so much. A 2-mine Palvorise, but it looks like the team's not exactly on the same page as Kyoni-chan here. They finally rotate over.
Alistar 1v5, confirmed. That's the highlight plays. He wanted that Tristana kill, that top 10 BSG plays. I respect that. Looks like they're going to be hovering around the Baron now. The safer option, and I honestly think they can just do it with those three. Yeah, looks like they're going to be starting it right now. I would say Fiora should actually pressure mid, so that way as to not draw suspicion. Of course, if they do walk up, I guess they can still win the fight.
You know, I want to say a miracle Super Mega Inferno Bomb out of Neko Feather, but that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Ziggs would have had to been a little bit closer, and I don't know if he wants to step up that far for fear of the Zac double wall jump and the Talon. Looks like they're going to go ahead and reset, spend their gold, take the Baron buff, and start pushing side lanes as well with mid lane. Alistar and Zaya heading bot lane. Oh, they're just going to take the drag, actually. A little bit questionable. I don't know if you want to waste your Baron buff like that.
I wouldn't say they're wasting it. They just picked up the Baron, and it takes a few hits to do it. I think just a consolation prize, too.
Yeah.
I guess, no, make sure that there's absolutely no way they don't rip through a turret in 2 seconds.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. You're right. Looks like RAWR really need to move up their ward line. It looks like they haven't moved it up very much from the river. Could get caught out here. If ESG would have been a little bit more aggressive there, Talon could have easily got caught out.
But they can be aggressive because watch what's about to happen. Boom!
Why leave the Tristana all alone?
That's why you can't check right there. That can happen to you as an ADC. You should never be doing that, especially with how this game has been going. Pablo,
Shen and Sejuani have to be with the Tristana at all times, because Ziggs and Bard are just too squishy.
Way too squishy, and it is easy pickup for Sal. So looks like we're rotating.
And Sedge isn't building Warmogs either. Very questionable build pass. Zac is going full support with the Redemption as well. I'm not used to seeing these types of jungle builds, so it's very refreshing to see this.
Very much so.
Showing us that it's not one way to play. Oh, game froze?
Oh, maybe something a little wonky for Neko Feather on this one. Looks like Feel My Roar looking for a little bit of something, but takes the worst end of the punishment, but it's not going to matter at all, really. There's a rocket jump forward out of Tristana, maybe a little ambitious, as RAWR finally start piling in. Tempered Fate's not going to do anything, nor will Stand United. RAWR just absolutely mopping the floor with ESG, and that is a clean ace, and the game to shortly follow afterwards.
I wonder if they're going to go for the end or if they're going to get all three in hymns.
I mean, I say, yeah, and there is still 10 seconds plus before Ziggs is up, and Ziggs is not going to do anything just to make the numbers look a little better. And in one of the most convincing games we have seen so far,
what a great game.
We're going to win game 1.
What a great game. Clean, concise. They played as a team. Their solo lanes didn't do bad. Like, bot lane, you called it. It was an action-packed lane without even getting camped by the Zac. Zac definitely helped, but just great play by everybody on RAWR.
Absolutely, and above all else, I think that was convincing. They made barely any mistakes, and the mistakes they made didn't punish them. They didn't keep making the mistake. They gave ESG no chance to breathe at all in the matchup, and that is... that's definitely up there for, like, if you had a top 5 stats for shortest game, that's up there right now, I'd say.
Yeah, no, for sure. 24-minute game. So close to the Dancing Rift Herald. If they would have held it a little bit longer, we would have seen it. When that's your only complaint, that you didn't have a Dancing Rift Herald, you know they did something right.
Oh, absolutely. Let's start to look at those stats to see exactly how well they were able to pull that off.
Oh, wow. What's more important to you? Damage or damage taken?
For this type of game, damage. Damage taken only says so much. Frankly, I don't even think there's going to be a lot of damage taken on the side.
Because I'm thinking Alistar was very clutch, and he took a lot of damage in that win. But Talon also did a lot of damage. So I want to say like Alistar is almost the MVP of that game, just based off the way he played, because it was so exciting and fun to watch, and he played well. That damage taken is almost more impressive to me than damage given at this point.
For looking at the damage taken, 16k for Kyonicha, 19k for Doki, and like I said, the numbers aren't too high for ESG. I mean, they are high, but like, they're not that much, because they were just health bars dropped, plays were made, and it was a really simple 1-2 process for RAWR.
Actually, a lot more damage on the side of ESG than I thought. Like, they'd give in that win, but they like held off pretty well. Team fights, they played well, just not well enough, I guess.
Not well enough at all, but definitely well enough for RAWR here. Let's take a look at the vision score and wards place, because we all know how much we absolutely endure that.
There we go. Vision score, highest on the board, actually.
Highest on the board, actually, indeed. 23 with the highest vision score and a highest overall wards place for Sivian, but those wards may not have been enough.
Yeah, they had great ward coverage, but like we said during the cast, you can only have so much ward coverage if you're still getting one shot as soon as you walk into your own jungle. Like, there was a point where the Talon was in that bush, and they had a control ward right next to him. They had like 2 or 3 other wards in their side of the bottom jungle, and they still got one shot by walking in alone.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate stuff for ESG. We will see if they're able to bounce back in Game 2 to finally pick up a win in the Do Esports Season 2 at BSGCS, or RAWR going to double down this one and take themselves 3 more points on the board here. Find out. We'll be right back at you with that answer. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the ESG Genesis vs. RAWR series. Game 1 under RAWR was all too convincing. Do you think Game 2 will be the same?
If they play like that, it definitely is going to be a 2-0. But ESG had a good team comp. If they can change a little bit of their misplays and play together as a team, I think they could easily come back and tie it 1-1.
What do you think you have to ban away from a game like that? Like, that was absolute domination out of RAWR, to put it one way. Like, what do you ban? Do you ban anything?
I don't know if you ban the Talon, even though he had the highest KD. I think maybe the Alistar, or maybe even the Zac. Zac played very well and was the sole reason that Talon got fed, pretty much. Because once Talon got fed, it was pretty much over. He could do it by himself, but the Zac and the Alistar, I think, won the game for him easily.
Definitely might be the case, but
keep it the same band so far. It looks like they have one extra band that they didn't have last game, so we'll see if they dedicate that band to a Zac or Alistar band, or they may even pick up the Alistar.
I don't like that they ban. I mean, I understand the Camille. The Camille makes sense, but I don't like that they ban the Vlad at all. I don't think that that is a champion you need to ban away from Sale. Maybe away from Omen, but not Sale.
Yeah.
And frankly, I would absolutely have loved to see the Alistar or the Zac there. And one of the things I've noticed in the teams in the duties for it so far is they don't adapt sometimes. I've seen it. I saw it from Frosty. I'm seeing it out of GSG. There's a talent ban, alright, but was that really the problem last game?
You know what I just realized is up? Zoe. What? We could get a Zoe game instead of a Ziggs game. I don't think they're going to pick the Ziggs again. He's too immobile. Immobile. But with a champion like Zoe, not only are you extremely mobile, but you have a lot more pick potential. And it looks like RAWR is going to lock in the Fiora and the Zoe.
ESG stealing that one away from themselves. Echo Feather will be taking Zoe in the mid lane this game.
I like that. I think it's a fun champion to watch. Are they going to get Sejuani too this game?
That seems to be a really good card here, Sejuani. I'd lock that in right there.
There you go. Well, Doki's turn to pick. It's a double pick. Maybe he might pick the bot lane here.
Might go with Zac again. Both of which are viable options, but bot lane may not be bad at all. Don't have to pick your jungler mid laner automatically. So it might be the bottom lane hoppers to come in for RAWR on Chichiro and Kyoni-chan here.
Yep. Gonna go with the Zac pick. I don't think the Sejuani was proactive enough in her ganks, so don't think shit isn't broken.
Oh, alright, Sale keeping the assassins consistent on this one. First Talon, now Fizz.
Yeah, I think honestly it'd be better to leave him on a champion like the Vladimir, because he can't assassinate you as hard or as fast as Fizz, especially with the rotations. Can't really ban out someone who's playing that role because there's just so many to play.
We'll see what they ban now. Once again, looks like the AD carries will be the hot bans, but you have to keep in mind, you haven't picked your own ADC. So in banning away what they have, you could also be banning away what you have.
Need to be really great to see with a Thresh and a Sejuani, a Kalista. Kalista would be really fun. And there's the Alistar ban too.
I think Kalista would definitely be good to be ambitious, to put it one way. And I'm not sure after that defeat that they have the confidence to pick the Kalista here.
Yeah, I'm not saying it would be smart, but it would be hyphy.
I'm personally, if it doesn't get banned, I expect Tristana to be picked 100%.
Yeah, even if Tristana doesn't fit into the team comps too well, it seems to be a really common thing that because she's strong, they're going to pick her no matter what the team comp. Showing a little bit of respect to Kyoni-chan after that great Alistar game, banning out 2 of his champions now.
Absolutely deserved as well. To where RAWR, they're going to keep the AD carry bans consistent. No Alistar or Tarek for Kyoni-chan this time, and Pablo is picking up that Tristana.
Yeah. Again, I think Sivir probably wouldn't have been a bad pick here either. Like you said, at the last pick ban phase, it's just a safe ADC that counters a lot of that all-in from the side of RAWR. But, good one. Luck on the Tristana. I'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Alright, so that being the case, Jiro hovering over this Xayah pickup, I am certain that she will be locking that in. Maybe Kalista, maybe Xayah. It's actually going to be Kalista. A shame, one might say, that my partner had to go BR back. That would have gotten a good reaction out of him to put a one-way, and that's a troll. That's a troll number. I actually would expect to see a brand pickup here by Kyoni-chan. Has been one of this player's favorite pickups. Where Blitzcrank doesn't look so bad either here, and it will be the lock-in as a very scary team comp out of RAWR. Now the final pickup for ESG Genesis. What do you think it's going to be?
Aurelian! No, just kidding. I gotta pick in Shen.
Aurelian still top? Have you seen that before?
I have in my solo queue games. Not saying it's great, but definitely
how
fun to watch. I think it went 0-10. Feels inting, man.
Ooh, excellent. Some numbers you don't see, of course, but while we're looking at things you don't see that often, Callista, you wanted it out of ESG, you got it out of RAWR.
I mean, I guess it still works, especially with the Zac and Fiora. It makes it that much easier. I don't see her putting it on Fiora, but late game team fights, if it does go late, would be super awesome to see her throw in either the Zac or the Fiora. Just watch the grand challenge or something happen. It'd be great.
I want to see the Ballista. Personally, I want to see a Ballista fly. I don't know if they can pull it off, but I really want to see it.
It would be pretty awesome. I love the team comps. Both team comps this game are, I think, even more exciting than last game's team comps. I hope it's just as exciting. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think one pick ban is?
Who do you think won based off of pick bans? I think it really boils down to mid lane, and I'm gonna be slightly in favor of ESG again. Once again, I think that team comp is just better on paper, but I don't know if paper translates to play.
Yeah, now that I've seen both teams play against each other, I think it's pretty much on Sejuani's back. If Sejuani can even just counter game, she doesn't even have to like be proactive. If she just counter games, they can easily turn this around. But they basically didn't have a jungler last game with the Sejuani, and to lock it in again with such high priority up there, a second pick, they're gonna have to change something drastic.
Drastic might just be what ESG needs here, though I do admit that Sejuani definitely a strong pickup, but I wouldn't say that either team exactly lost the pick ban either.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they definitely came prepared. They were expecting the Talon Alistar ban. Pretty aggressive to go with the Blitzcrank, but I'm always a fan of aggression. Same with the Fizz. The double ignite, they might be overconfident here, though, because I know that's a huge issue that when you curb stomp a game like that, you always go into the next game overconfident. And running double ignite is really confident, and that can easily backfire. They ran it in the
first game. They ran it in game one. They absolutely made it work.
That's true. That is true. But to play the same game plan twice, especially against a team that's 5-manning and in comms, it's very easy to pick up the reads. And, oh, wow, okay, we just played against this last time. Oh, Zac's going to invade it, so we know what to do. We know how to counteract this time. And they do have a coach, so I wonder if they had a little meeting in between games to discuss that. Or if they're just going to wait till next series. It'd be unfortunate if they don't realize the mistakes, but a lot of them are pretty common.
Yeah, definitely the case. And I want to shift our swords the bottom half of the bottom lane right now. Looking at the supports, who do you feel is the better hooker?
I think Blitzcrank is better in the 2v2 lane. I think Thresh is probably better in the team game, just because Thresh has so much more to his kit. Blitzcrank is literally just hook one person, you know, and that's it. You knock him up. You either get him or you don't. But Thresh can bring in teammates. He basically has a Zac E with his lantern, that's what it's called. You can just bring Sejuani right into that, and it can be really proactive.
Definitely, but something I want to question you a bit here is, ESG don't have a lot of kill pressure. Like, they have barely any. There's double ignite on RAWR, but there's zero ignite on the side of ESG. Do you think they should have gone an ignite, and if so, where?
If they're running ignite, I'd have ran at mid lane, and I would have just had the Sejuani camp in mid lane. Because Tristana doesn't really scale like early, you know what I mean? Like, she has to get items before she's strong. Thresh is pretty strong, and I think they could do it bot lane. They could do it. But it'd be pretty difficult with how hard Zac camped bot lane last time, so I think it's going to be mid lane. I think if they were going to bring Knight anywhere, it should have been on the Zoe, and Sejuani should have just repeat gank Fizz. Because Fizz has a semi-long cooldown on his E.
You know, I definitely agree. I also feel that Exhaust is the right choice for the Thresh here.
I definitely think so with the Fizz. Like, you go in there and you exhaust him, and it's hardcore. Like, it's over for him.
Definitely the case. Once again, Doki coming in with TP, Smite, and the Spellbook, making it work, as always.
Yeah, still very, very aggressive to get that. I like it. It's worked out for him in the past games. But every time I try it, I just get flamed for trolling. So if he can pull it off, more power to him. But
more power
that's
to him.
Way far away from that one.
Definitely the case. Looking at the mid lane for a second, how do we think that's going to turn out?
In favor of Sale. If he plays anything like he did last game, it's going to go in favor of him again. He did upload a picture of his loadout, or like what he's playing on, and he's playing in a hotel room on a laptop. So anything's possible.
What?
If he does make a misplay, he can just blame it on that. But otherwise, I think it'll go to Sale.
It's a very interesting setup. Maybe not the most optimal of setups, but hey, it's working so far.
Do you think, because I know Quest is pretty strong early, do you think they're just going to all in at level 2? Like, just risk it for the biscuit. It's all or nothing. They do it.
Yeah, I think they will, and I think they should as well, because you gotta make something happen. I think that, once again, the bottom lane is going to be the active part of the map. Shenfior, once again, nothing's going to happen up there unless a jungler comes up. At least nothing should happen. Yeah. And you have a Thresh and a Blitzcrank. Both of them are going to be looking for opportunities, and if Death Sentence lands on Chijiru, you're not hopping anywhere. Yeah. And if the hook lands on either Pablo or Sivian, then it once again goes in their favor.
Yeah, Sivian's got some pressure on his back because he can make or break this team hard. I think Pablo did his best, Fridge did his best top lane, and even Zoe or Ziggs did his best last game. But the two really sore spots were Sivian and Ignorant. And it wasn't that they played like terribly bad or anything, but they just didn't respond when RAWR was coming at them. With a few slight adjustments to Sivian and Ignorant's gameplay, I think they can definitely make things happen. They can easily win this game.
Kyonichan, all on his own, scaring away members of ESG, but they know the invade probably not coming.
Yeah. Looks like they're just doing a classic 5-point, or maybe not. Sejuani roaming down a little bit early. May not have vision of that Zac that roamed there. 3-manning mid on the side of RAWR.
Once again, though, no stopwatches out of ESG. Do you feel like that's, a preference thing, or they just...
I think because... I think they mainly run stopwatch when you're going to play, like, a dive comp, kind of like what RAWR's doing, so I'm shocked that more of them are bringing it. But with the way ESG are playing, I see why they didn't bring stopwatch, because it's only good if you're going to, like, be making early proactive plays. In my opinion.
Fair enough. I feel like there should be one at least. Like, I mean, there's one in the game, but like one on ESG.
I definitely think there should be like 5 on every member. I think that stopwatch is very good. But I'm trying to see it from the perspective of I can see why they wouldn't.
Fair enough.
I'm a huge fan of it. Because you can just get a dive mid over and over and over and over again.
Definitely a pretty interesting item to bring in, and I want to see that more at Neca Feather. What just happened? I want to see more of it. Because early game Fizz should never win, and I mean never. Like, Fizz has a much more difficult laning phase than most of the mid laners, and Talon at least had a little bit of leeway with being able to rake for CS. Fizz cannot use abilities to CS.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what happened last game, though. Ziggs won, like, level 1 and level 2, and then even soloed Talon. So I wonder if that's going to happen again. Or if he learned his lesson.
Looking for the hook. There it is. Melee range and the knockup. The flay away. How much will it mean? There's the hook right back in. But it's the one trade in favor of RAWR.
A lot of trades going on. I like that. That's fun to watch. May not be optimal, but it's definitely fun to watch. So Sejuani and Zac not looking for the early plays like they were last game. I didn't think you could sleep in mid.
That's possible. And there's the paddle star as well. Some good damage out of Neca Feather.
Yeah, somehow out farming the Zoe, but definitely not out trading. Honestly, if I was the Sedge, I would have already ganked mid lane. With how aggro he's being.
Ooh, no, that is not good at all. Urchin strikes the minion. That's going to be work for Neca Feather. Almost a kill to come through.
I'm not a fan of the Sejuani just power farming. She easily could have ganked mid or top there by now. Like, top was pushing in the favor of RAWR, and so was mid lane. But just choosing to farm rather than go for the trades. Or even summoners. Like, you don't... When you gank a Sejuani, you're not even ganking to kill 100% of the time. Sometimes you're just ganking for the summoner spells. And Sejuani's not even doing that, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely a little unfortunate. Oh, but I don't think it's the wrong thing to do, but I also feel like it's not the right thing to do either.
It's just there. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just...
And just there. Looking at this matchup here, how do you think the comms are going for ESG right now?
Probably a little tilted at the first game. I think they're feeling a lot more confident though, based on their team comp. But we've seen this movie before.
There we go. We've seen this one before. Doki's looking for something, and towards Zivian, nowhere to go, no point in flashing, and a hook once again landing out of Kyoni-chan. They're looking for more. Chijiro taking low from this one. The frail might be enough to pick up the kill, but they can just turn right back on the Sejuani, get some good damage out, and it will be the first blood going over to RAWR.
Yeah, could have been two. A little bit of split focus with the Blitzcrank. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. That happened. Pablo's able to get with a rocket jump interaction.
Now that was pretty clutch. He would have been dead. That was clutch. I'd have popped the dab emote right there.
Give him the peng to dab on that one. Pretty close stuff, and if that interaction didn't exist, that would be a dead Tristana.
Yeah, very much so. Well played by him, knowing the timing though. I'm really shocked that knowing that they have a Zac, they didn't ward. Ooh, Sedge game.
Oh no, come on.
Bot lane just not on the same page. They could get caught out here, actually.
Actually, this might not go in favor of Ignorant. They could just lock him back into the turret if they're able to do that in time. The hook not to come out, not to land. Now in the mid lane, that is a sleepy fish in that one. The Paddle Star comes through. Not going to be able to pick up the kill, though.
Ignite used mid lane, but so was Barrier. Still both have flash, though. I don't know about that. I think if Blitzcrank would have hooked there, they could have got the Sejuani without even losing the ADC. Maybe a misplay to go for the E first and then the Q. But tomato, tomato.
Tomato. Definitely an overextension by Aurora, but I feel that they could have still tried to turn it around. If the hook land from Kyoni-chan, that probably dead Sejuani to put it one way.
Yeah, it happens. Can't play perfect every game. Definitely a different type of champion from Alistar too, so seeing his different champ pool open up.
Definitely, I feel that with the Sejuani pickup being in play now, and then the fact that you don't often compare 6 minutes, 7 minutes in of game 1 and game 2, but yeah, kind of have to. For this case, definitely a lot more of a relaxed game for ESG.
Definitely, not trying as hard to put the pressure on early, knowing that they might not have to either, having the team count that they do. But again, can't let the game get ahead of them either. If they continue to play slow, granted, they're not playing slow, but if they do slow down, then it could be catastrophic having a Sejuani and a Zoe and a Tristana.
I mean, who do you think's got the better late game?
I think definitely ESG. I think for sure. The Fuhrer is always strong in the split push game, but I think team fight. Oh wow.
Oh no, that's a lot of Ren stacks. One more would do it. Almost enough to get the kill.
Oh, again.
Oh, not gonna work on that one, but that was a really good prediction.
Wow. Wow. Okay, well maybe not. Maybe they have the early game too if they keep playing like this. We're getting very lucky.
Getting pretty lucky indeed, but there are a lot of people around the bottom half right now. ESG might have to be careful. The Hulk from Kyoni-chan. Keep your eyes on. There's 3 possible targets. Hard to miss it on this one. Goes back for the style. Able to get it. Stand United. Will not do enough to save his teammate.
No.
It will get shot in the bottom lane now. Sails getting turned to sushi on that one. Frozen cold. But Doki's fine on this one. We've seen this story before. A stretching strike. And 3 kills on the board. Coming in hot. Wow. A double kill for Chijiro. Will go down underneath the turret. So it does go in favor of ESG somewhat, but it's still the advantage for RAWR.
The team fighting on RAWR has been next to none. It's just been so impressive. Like, the TP play, everything. Zoe didn't even come down, which I think is kind of selfish, but for them to make that play as cleanly as they did and only lose one member is definitely worth.
Absolutely, and we look at the gold charts, which are surprisingly high.
3K.
3K,
3K.
8 and 10.
Could have gone for drag there, but just playing it safe. Don't want to get caught out. First
You know,
tower
the ambitious
already.
Dragon. Yeah, first tower already, but the ambitious Dragon early on is a consolation prize. That's a good way to throw.
Yeah, every lane except mid lane ahead on farm, on top of already having the team fight like lead. I'm shocked. There's not a team comp that looks like it would be good at team fighting, but yet they're making it work.
They're making it work. If it's unconventional, it's RAWR. I think that's a good way to put it.
Oh, I want to see the Zoe poke more, but at the same time, you can't really with the risk of getting all in by the Fizz, who already has a Sheen completed.
No, and I do feel it's pretty unfortunate for Necrofeather that he hasn't been able to pick up any of these kills on towards Sail in the mid lane. It came close 2-3 times, but close doesn't cut it. It looks like
that's why you gotta be careful with the walk
getting turned on him. Then towards the mid lane, Urchin Strike to dodge away the death sentence, and it looks like Sail's gotten out of this one. Oh, where'd that come from? Kuni-chan gets a kill on a Sail. More players coming out of nowhere. As it looks like Doki's gonna do that once again. You don't even know where they're coming from. The vision will not matter. One more Vital Strike will do it. 7-3 on the board. And RAWR. Alright, that's not gonna land. Whoa.
The no fear play is some of the most exciting gameplay to watch. And when they can pull it off, you get games like these.
You absolutely do, and you get Fioras to get fed like these. Looking to go 3-0-2 on this Fiora. Woo! Pop him up. Doki's going to pick up the kill. It's not going to even matter. The rotations coming out of RAWR looking really good.
Just playing catch up, and they're not playing it very well. Unfortunately, on the side of ESG, they're trying to match the roams. They're trying to counteract the plays. It's just not working because RAWR is constantly one step ahead.
Absolutely. Great stuff coming out of RAWR so far, and these gold leads are absolutely astronomical in the early game for this team.
Oh, well, maybe.
Fight!
No,
fight!
Walking away.
Out of respect, reasonably so, doesn't go for the fight, but...
Wait, Q's there.
Oh, alright. If I was an AD carry defender Sejuani, I wouldn't start fighting her either, but...
Yeah. No, I was shocked that Sejuani didn't all in the... With having Zoe right down there in the bot lane that was farming, I don't know why you wouldn't go for that. But
it's a little sketchy.
A little bit of respect, I guess.
Why is Kalista in my jungle 11 minutes in? Lines you don't think you would say in a matchup.
Yeah, like I said, Kalista's good early game, and she's showing it. Oh! I thought it hit her. Hit the minion.
Doesn't land. Doki once again over the wall. Looking to help his team with a few more kills. Sivian's the focus. The flash is almost up for him, but it won't matter as the members pile on top of him. There's the heal, but that will not matter at all. Now in the middle lane, looks like ESG might be picking up a kill. No, they won't. There's the Fate's Call into the Sharkaroo. Sail picking up one and picking up two on this one. 11-3 on the board, and it's not even over, ladies and gentlemen, as another kill might just be going over for the Fiora here. It's going to be repelled, but from every lane you can imagine, every moment, stuff's happening. Ooh, looks golden. Goes underneath the turret. RAWR fully committing, and they're going to get an answer out of that one. As Doki and
no! Tower's OP. Nerf, please.
Oh boy.
And I know we've seen NN win quite a few games, and clean games at that, but I don't think we've ever seen team play as clean as this. There may be some mechanical issues with some of the players, that's to be expected, but the team play is insane! Like, top lane, it made it work. It made the dive work, except for the tower, unfortunate. And then mid lane, it looked like ESG had him. It was so clear cut. But then Fizz comes out of nowhere. It was absolutely amazing. And I love watching this team.
I love watching it too. I hope the audience feels the same way because it is an absolutely ridiculous series coming out of RAWR so far, and I never thought I would ever say it. But they are almost at 10,000 gold lead, not even 20 minutes in. Not even 15 minutes in.
Yeah, I thought this game was going to be a lot slower than the first with the way the first 2 minutes went. But that's what I get for judging it at 2 minutes, I guess.
Fair enough, but I mean, checking stock, we'll have to get back to that in a second.
Wow.
Oh, that just looks really tough to handle this one, and it couldn't be any easier.
Flash that emote. Respect. Fridge tried his best, got a little overzealous, knowing that the Fizz was up.
Absolutely.
Looks like they're going to go for Rift.
No, ESG not able to get the sneaky Rift Turtle, but they might get the sneaky kill on a Callista. The Sejuani ultimate forcing the flash away from Chijiro.
Okay. I didn't see the flash. I thought it just missed. I was like, wait a minute, that was right on it. Still trying to go for that Rift.
In very close proximity of each other. May not want to go in, but Pork might be on the table here. Any second now. There's another hook, but are they going to choose to go in on this one? The flay away. Chijiro is taking the floor on this one in the dance box right here. Gets blasted away as we hover down to the bot lane for a second. Now right back up top lane. That's going to be a kill for Callista. One to come through. ESG
they're low
towards Doki is very low from this win, but Chijiro
not low enough.
Dancing on the floor. A double kill, making it a triple kill. Looking for the quadra kill to outplay the Zoe. Stopwatch doesn't look good enough at all. A quadra kill for Chijiro.
Dancing Rift Herald, please.
Dancing Rift Herald, you might just get your wish today, Rangara. As the damage comes through, I don't know if Shen's exactly safe right there.
Oh, he's low.
Goes for the turret underneath the turret. Doki gets split into bloblets as the turret gets wailed on.
Oh,
looks like he will be able to respawn as well. Might just choose to go back in with how much damage Feel My Roar is doing. No, they're going to back off.
When Fiora can walk up 1v3 at 15 minutes, you know something's wrong. Where do you think it happened? Like, they played well in lane, as well as they can anyway. They tried playing objectives, didn't work. They tried team fighting, didn't work. They had great vision early, that didn't work. What do you do against a team like RAWR?
Well, the short answer, not much. But if you actually want to answer, well,
don't feed, I guess. I mean, like,
don't feed, but like, have a winning lane. Like I feel like if you're ESG, you cannot have. I mean, even's good, but if you're even just going to get piled over by greater rotational play from RAWR, then it's not going to matter too much if you're just staying even. So I do feel like a winning lane was what they needed here, and we were starting to look like the mid lane for a moment, but if you don't get the early game capitalization on the Fizz, he's going to start to take over, and clearly we've seen that happen.
I don't know, one thing I noticed is that Fizz roamed bot lane a lot sooner than Zoe did. I don't think Zoe even roamed mid lane.
The Flash Arctic Assault. Glacial Prison goes wide on that one, which means even though the Trickster was used right in front of him, Sail will escape.
That's an oof. Gonna get dragged here. Shocked they didn't actually pick it up earlier, but it is what it is. Still good to pick up. I wonder if both teams are gonna go the same build that they went last time. In terms of the jungle. Like 40 farm deficit almost in favor of Zach. That's pretty crazy. Oh, top lane's even more.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's like
almost a 70 farm deficit. Yeah. Wow.
Horizon coming in soon, or not? Flame, I should say. Not
40 and ADC too. Wow. That hurts to see.
Wowzers, 18-6. This game may not have looked like game one, but it's certainly turning into it. Yeah, Shen's still gonna build a team at. I don't know if that was the smartest thing. I understand, Shen, that you have to finish your items, but at the same time, I think you change your build path based on the game. And right now, they don't need a damage dealer. They need a tank. No, they don't, and they're sending just about everyone on the cards here to pick up the kill on Feel My Roar here. It looks like they might just be able to do it.
The exhaust.
There's the
She's fast,
exhaust
though.
to come through very fast, and they can't even get the damage on top of her, despite piling 4 members up in that lane.
And they're just going to concede mid inhib and bot tower now off of that play.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to contest?
They
I don't know if they
shouldn't
can.
contest. They really shouldn't contest. Kyung-chan will turn around and hook him right in, just like right there. It's not going to result in a death for Ignorant, but it's still just really flexing their muscles on this one. That's exactly what RAWR is doing.
They got the Sedge passive. Now they can easily all in. Because the one tank that they have right now, which is Sejuani, doesn't have her strongest ability. You can easily look for a dive on this bottom inhib if they decide to push for it.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to toss a quick question at you. I don't think the DSG got a single turret in this series, did they?
I don't think so, no. I do not. It's been almost flawless victories.
Almost flawless. They're looking to make it as flawless as possible. 2 more
That's the dive.
on the board. Looking for the third one. Will
Still
be able
got
to
him.
find it with the passive.
That sidestep, though. This Blitzcrank is just fearless. I love watching it. The Alistar game, right up in their faces the whole time. And it's like, ooh! That's aggressive.
Oh my. That's going wild on this one, but they're finally going to pull the Tristana all the way back. Sivian in trouble now. Doesn't look like he's going to survive at all. Chijiro, one more spear would do it. There it is. A double kill for Chijiro. Maybe looking for triple, but it won't matter at all. The Nexus turrets are getting hammered on by RAWR. The second one to focus, and the Nexus will shortly follow after. The defense will not mean anything against the offensive war as they convincingly, in what I just believe might be the fastest game of Duo Esports season 2 so far, double down with a 2-0 victory on RAWR.
If that isn't an exciting game, I don't know what is. That was just played throughout the first game, throughout the second game. The pick ban phase was great. They knew how to play their champions, they knew how to play their lanes, and they knew how to rotate, most importantly of all. And I think that was really the nail in the coffin.
Absolutely. That was just convincing. I think there's no other way to put it. That was convincing. That was quick. I think the total game time didn't even, series time didn't even hit 45 minutes. That was absolutely incredible gameplay out of the third seed here for more. And they're going to be picking themselves up 3 more points.
Yeah, deservingly so. Deservingly so. If you look at the damage charts, that Kalista did work. Wow. Doing more than the Fizz, even though the Fizz was one-shotting people. Yep. VR, not as much as last game, that's for sure. Not a lot to do when there's not much as there's a lot more focus on top lane the first game than there was this game, so you can't really be faulted. But she still did more than the Zoe on the enemy team, who was in the thick of most of the action. So still very impressive damage from the Fiora. Fizz, amazing game, both games. Did his job. Kalista did her job to the T. And Blitzcrank even doing more than Sejuani, Shen, and Thresh.
I think I hear him. Do you?
Oh, you mean me?
Oh, I mean you. Yes, I do. Why don't you talk to us about those lovely stats?
Well, alright, I guess I will, since I just kind of waltzed in, sorry. Yeah, just being the camera guy the whole way, sorry. These statistics honestly look pretty solid for their 20-minute victory. And let's go ahead and take from the damage charts and go right to the damage taken and self-mitigated. Honestly, the way that the plays had been made by both sides, it does make a lot more sense that RAWR would be not only having the most damage taken due to their, forcing these plays, forcing these catches, and, just playing around their objective just a little bit better than ESG in this circumstance. And then when that little bit better just gets a little bit, and then that starts tumbling and starts rolling, and all of a sudden, FXX Gaming falls to the same situation where they have to deal with an avalanche. And any team that has to deal with an avalanche is very, very on the hot seat, and it's extremely challenging. Almost impossible to overcome, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, when you're that far ahead, they're playing that well. I don't think anybody can stop them on a good day.
Speaking on a interesting little note to factor here, this is going to be something that will be talked about for the importance of vision score. As you can see on RAWR side, we have a tie of 8 wards to every single member of their team except for Thresh. However, their vision score is all over the place. 29 by Sejuani, 16 by the Shen, 12 and 12 by the ADC and the mid laner. Honestly, that is a incredibly interesting statistic to talk about. Because this is just like, they're all exactly the same, yet vision scores are all over the place. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on Warren's the great vision score, but they tried.
Another interesting statistic I want to finish up with here is that the ward destruction here between everybody was also a bit of a variety, which is why there was like some more than others. Zoe, 3 wards destroyed, yet is tied with Tristana at 0 wards destroyed. So it's a very interesting little statistic to cover, especially considering they're both finishing at 12. So let's take a look at their final statistic, and it's going to be the control wards, and I think that's kind of where Tristana basically pushed the extra envelope to get that vision score, where Zoe didn't really get to that point. I just find it interesting. If all the numbers are exactly the same, yet Vision says there's different, that's clearly something to have noted. And
it's rigged. Vision score is rigged. Confirmed. You heard it from Army.
Or is my new favorite statistic for sure. All right, well, there's a good number of listing here that says, you know what, all of RAWR deserves their own little standout player. All of them do, and they all earn their own honorable mention. But it's got to come down to whether you guys feel like we should have one of them come in for a standout player interview. So, of these selected few, what do you got to say? Did the game come down to Chujiro's ADC action and the mid-laning Fizz? Or is it going to be Doki or Feel My RAWR that seem to have had heavy control of their lane and circumstances? I don't know what to take. What do you guys think?
What do I think? I'm feeling... honestly... I'm feeling Doki. I think he played incredible on this Zac throughout the series, and it's one of the cleanest series I've ever seen him play. So my vote's going over to Doki.
I think, yeah, it's got to be Doki. I mean, even though he didn't have like the highest pressure or anything in both games, but the way he played mechanically, build-wise, and teamfight-wise, he pressured the right lanes at the perfect times. And like, there was a point in the first game where he ulted, even though he knew it wasn't going to hit. But that like play just to zone Ziggs off of his ult into the Talon was just so genius. I gotta give it to Doki. He just played an amazing game.
Huh.
Excellent performances out of Chijiro and Kyoni-chan, but I feel the captain's been doing some excellent work for the team as a whole, and Doki, the camera panned one side of the map, panned to the other side, and on that other side you saw Doki out of nowhere all the time.
Yeah, very accurate.
Well, if that's what you two think and you're feeling pretty good about it, Chajiro, the ADC, has won the interview. Nah, come on, Doki. Let's get you in here, man. You earned it, my friend. Let's see what you think about being a part of this illustrious interview. Here we go. Here he is. Oh, wait. What? No, he actually... Wait, I thought he moved, and then he just disappeared on me. What the heck? Where'd he go?
Just gotta dodge that interview real fast. Being in the same call as Army, good meme.
What in the world? Okay, there he is. Now I can finally move this guy. Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome. Congrats on your victory. It's a great 2-0. Absolutely one of the most exciting games we've ever watched. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Oh, unfortunate. It looks like currently Doki cannot talk. Oh my, that is...
actually unlucky.
All right, I see what's going on with that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send him back to his lobby. I did not realize that was his circumstance. Sorry about that. He's suggesting we take a different person here. Do we have a runner-up?
Right. A runner-up. Okay, all right.
Then Cody-chan. For sure. Cody-chan. I think he's
Coney-chan.
definitely the second place,
Looks to
if not
be
the first.
muted, so I do not know if
Oh
Coney-chan
my
can
god,
do it either.
unlucky! Give us anyone. I'll take anyone at this point.
All right.
Alright.
Let's see if Coney-chan is completely busy because he did just respond in the chat room. Let's see if he's
Alright.
can talk actually. Coney-chan, you got
Yoni-chan.
second place, man.
Welcome to the interview. You guys had a great game. Great 2-0. Absolutely insane. All-Star game was like out of this world.
Looks like we need to take third place in this one. Kuni-chan's
Oh.
microphone broken.
Oh,
Oh
my
my.
goodness, this is the most silliest. Like, I don't even. What a goofball of a game that this is what's going down. All right, fair enough.
Alright.
To the third place
Actually,
option,
Fred.
Tanjiro will be coming up for us then.
third time's the charm, boys.
Fourth
Welcome.
time's the
Congratulations. Great game. Great 2-0. How are you feeling?
Is your microphone working?
No, it's broken.
All right, finally, here we go. Getting
All
into
right, so
the
tell me,
interview.
after that Callista game, after your first game, what was going through your mind? Did you feel as confident after that curb stop the first game going into the second game? Or did you guys kind of just roll with it and start getting the momentum as the game was going?
We just Doki was like, it's gonna be the same thing as the first game, so we just played it the same way.
Really?
Mhm.
Definitely some great calling by the captain. How
Yeah,
influential is
the
he in your
captain.
game?
Totally, yes.
Oh wait, who's the captain? Are you the captain? My
No,
bad.
Doki. Mhm. He did all the shot calling. It's really, really good.
And then his microphone broke. Conveniently, right
This
after all
guy.
that finished.
This guy.
Oh god.
Well, from the ADC spot, do you think Oni-chan really just did everything you needed and then some? Do you think Doki's ganks were effective? Like, what exactly came down
It
for
was
you well?
definitely the support. It's always the
Understand.
support. The support carries the lane, so.
Mhm.
Very humble.
Very humble indeed. I have my own question to ask you, and that is, walking into this matchup against the 12th seed ESG Genesis, how confident were you feeling?
I just kind of show up and play the game, so I don't really.
Straight to the point.
I don't check their match history or anything.
Popping the maximum disrespect. Didn't even look him up.
It's not. I don't do it to anyone. Doki does that.
I see. Okay.
So did you guys go into the game with the read that like Doki knew what they were gonna pick? Did you guys have a calculated pick ban phase, or did you literally just show up and play the game?
Sometimes Doki does it. I don't think he did it this game. I'm pretty sure he did it this game, but I don't remember.
So final question for all of us, unless one of you guys actually do have another final question to add. So this is a big win for you guys. You guys secured the third place spot here. I don't know exactly what kind of opinion you have specifically for your opponents above you. Both Naughty Nips and Piping Esports are definitely feeling really good right now. What are you feeling after this 2-0?
I'm pretty sure I want to beat Memo's team. Piping Esports.
Piping? Yeah.
They got a kind of a rude mid laner. So
Yeah, they were BMing you guys in chat. Now you gotta put them in the dirt.
Yeah, I gotta put them in the dirt with the Sayul mid lane.
I used to be a Piping fan. Those days are behind me. Thanks to Gay Wayne.
All right.
Hashtag RAWR win.
Fantastic work, by the way. Congratulations, Tajiro, the ADC of RAWR, or RAWR? Is it
RAWR.
RAWR. Okay,
RAWR.
thank you. Just clarifying.
It's spelled a different way.
Okay. There's an exclamation mark ahead of you guys. I don't understand when in your logo an exclamation mark is behind RAWR. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well, in any case, thank you very much for coming for this interview. Doors on the left. You're all set to leave.
Can you move me? Because I'm kind of in a game.
All right. Fair. Wow. Went right
That
to
was
the
bad.
next thing. My goodness. All right. See ya.
Thank you.
Okay, well then that settles that. Well, guys, it's time for epilogue time. My name is Army Overlord. I was your cameraman, and I will be your cameraman for tomorrow too.
Ooh,
I
baby.
was your play-by-play and host, technically, Blaze.
I'm your boy Rengar. Thank you for watching.
Indeed, thank you very much for watching. See you guys later, and we'll see you tomorrow. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow. We will see you 8 o'clock tomorrow.